Greetings. Happy new days, beloved, and welcome to the best days of your life. I hope that you are feeling amazing. I hope that you are feeling magical. I hope that you are feeling prosperity, abundance, good health, sound mind, understanding, and infinite money. Yes. I hope that you are well. And if not, I hope that you are actively working to make yourself feel better. Today we are talking about being over emotional, the problems associated with being over emotional, okay? And so being over emotional is just this heightened of emotions, and it can be associated with a lot of difficulty for many reasons, right? Being over emotional can strain you from making decisions, right? Just it can be very simple decisions, yes or no, or should I go this way today, or should I go that way? And you have these heightened levels of just feeling overwhelmed simply from making a decision, okay? And so what we find is having this over emotional persona, having this over emotional responses can lead to a lot of conflict, right? And so what you are having conflict is really normal. This is the way of the world. Like, to have conflict is to be expected, is normal, but it's more so how do you handle these conflicts? And when you're a over emotional person, you can easily take something from one level to the next, right? Your responses can be extreme, right? In some cases it could be someone literally telling you something verbally that they don't like or they have an issue with, and your response is to physically harm the person because of what they told you verbally, right? Another example of just being over emotional, right? It makes dealing with conflict really tough. It can be very strenuous on you and strenuous on other people who are in whatever relationships with you, whether it's work relationships, whether it is family, more intimate relationship. Someone who is over emotional literally can be a strain to the people around them, to the environment, to their loved ones. It can be very strenuous carrying the burden of someone who has so much difficulty processing their emotions, right? And so another example of just having this heightened level of emotions is dealing with stress, anxiety. These things are usually connected to this heightened level of emotions where you're unable or you have difficulty regulating your emotions, because being sad is quite normal. Being upset, angry, all those things are normal, but it's the way that you respond to those emotions. So you might have someone who, when they're having those low days, they're literally unable to start their day. They can't go to work. They can't watch the kids properly. They're unable to just be active and get the day moving because they are stuck in those emotions, right? And what we find is typically when people are struggling with their emotions, they are struggling with just daily activities. They're easily agitated and irritated, right? And so we're going to say, what can we do with this overload of emotions? Why does this overload of emotions come? And they come for several different reasons. Most of us are not processing our emotions. We're kind of like just on the go every day, which is normal, right? Life is moving so fast. You're working 5-6 days a week. You have the kids. So you're really not processing, taking a moment to self and processing, how am I really feeling? How am I really doing? What are those goals, right? What are the objectives that I'm trying to reach? And those heightened levels of emotions, they interrupt our performance, whether it's at the home or in the workplace. It literally causes for us to not perform as well because we're not processing this overload of emotions that we have. So a couple of different tips for that. One, this is the reason why we must implement healthy habits. This is the reason why we're eating well. This is the reason why we're exercising. This is the reason why we're doing yoga, having mindful exercises, we're meditating, we're taking these deep breaths, we're using deep breath therapy. These are the reasons why we're doing these things. We're using these strategies as a way to deal with the overload of emotions. Feeling overwhelmed is quite easy in this society because of all of the demands that we have. The demand for the American dream, the demand to take care of the family so well, the demand to move up the career ladder. So you have all these demands that are adding to the stressors, right? That adding to the stressors that you already have in your own life. And so when we don't take a step back to process all of these emotions and all of these goals that we're trying to accomplish, it can create a lot of challenging moments for us. So simply taking a step back, what does that look like for you? Add it in your schedule. Is there a day that you can block off 2-3 hours that you're able to sit with yourself, be with yourself, journal, understand what your objectives are and what means are you creating to reach the objectives? You just want to give yourself time to take a deep breath. Sometimes we're constantly moving, never really processing what even took place in a day. So what would it look like for you before bed, taking 10-15 minutes and just processing? Just sitting with self and processing. How did that turn out? How was that? Okay. Well, this is something that I can work on. Another thing is making small goals that helps to reach to the big goal. Some of us are looking at just the destination instead of just being in the present moment. We're constantly fixated on what is the final goal. But what about all the lessons in between reaching the final goal? That's where the juicy stuff is, right? That's where your lessons are going to be. That's where you are going to be evolving and becoming this stronger person. And so often, and I'm definitely one of those people, I'm like, okay, get to it. Like, get to the good stuff, get to the gushy stuff. Well, the rough moments, the rough patches, the rough spots, that's where I literally get to evolve into the woman I am today. That's when I get to use those superpowers. That's when I really get to access my spirit guides and access this divine information and data that is stored within my temple. This is when I really get to perform as God's favorite daughter, right? This is when I get to say, okay, it's my time to show up. It's my time to put my armor on because I know I have all that it takes to make it happen, okay? And so when you're having this overload of intense emotions, this can manifest into more stress. You're literally, when you're in that stress, those stressful moments, and you're vibrating, like literally just, we can see you like all over the place. It's unable for you, you're unable to focus, you're unable to process feeling sad or feeling mad or feeling both, right? This is when you take a step back, take a deep breath, just sometimes you just have to walk away from the table or stop your own thoughts. And I had that experience yesterday. I was having this surplus of thoughts of explaining to me why that plan wouldn't work. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm grateful for the information. I'm glad my brain is able to process why plan A wouldn't work. But if plan A is what I'm looking to manifest, sometimes you have to take a step back and say, you know what? Everything is working out in my favor. It's okay. Everything is working out for my better good. It might not look like it in this very second, but all of it is transforming for my better good. You just have to remind yourself of the knowing. I'm well taken care of. I am in good health. I have a sound mind. I have infinite money. So I am success. I am love. And I am calling those elements in, right? So today, we're taking a second to process our emotions, allowing ourselves to move out of feeling overwhelmed and overworked and into just the present moment, into just being. Welcome to the best days of your life. Have a great day, loved one.